Here I am at Milngavie, the end of the branch from Westerton, and there's a train there, the 1106, to Springburn via Glasgow Queen Street. They have two platforms at this terminal station. The trains kind of alternate between the platforms because they lay over here for at least half an hour, and there's the train coming in. We've got a class 320 on the left, and it looks like another 320 on the right. A charming little two-platform station where the trains off-peak run every half hour, and they are slightly more frequent during the rush hour. The line was opened in 1863 with trains running via Mary Hill. It's now part of the Clyde electrified network passing through Partick. We're under the flight path, and the conductor just came to ask me if she wanted to take a photo of me, which was quite nice. But I don't do selfies, he said, pointing the camera at himself. I'm going to take a walk along the platform so I can show you the little coffee and refreshment kiosk, which I'm very happy to see at stations like this. Prego, it's called Prego. Mr. Prego working in the background. And the moment one train arrived, the signal changed to green for the other train to leave over the single track. Welcome to Milngavie, start of the West Highland Way. Or if you start at Fort William, it is of course the end of the West Highland Way. Because most people for some reason seem to start here at Milngavie and then finish at Fort William. I know people who've done it the other way around, starting at Fort William and coming to Milngavie. But of course the scenery gets harder the further north you go, which I think is why most people start at Milngavie. Yeah, when you come out of the station, this handy underpass will take you up to the town centre. So let's go through the underpass and see where we end up. Some nice pleasant woodland. And people doing the West Highland Way will trudge up these steps. It's their first climb once they get off the train. Well, they certainly like their flowers here in Milngavie. Let's go back to the station, past another flower tub, some independent shops, a barber's, a jeweller, a cake shop. There's always a pharmacy. Where's the subway gone? Oh, it's down there. Fine. Enjoy your journey. Well, I hope I do enjoy my journey. I'll do what other people seem to do, which is go down the side of the steps. Just about to leave Milngavie. 1.5 minutes to go. Yeah, lovely. Boarding time now. Hillfoot, a very basic looking station. Here we are. Not a lot to say about Hillfoot Station, apart from the standard electrification footbridge built by McClellans of Luther Works in 1958 and rusting away. I think partly because they overzealously salt the platforms now. Yeah, how's that for a rusting away footbridge? Hillfoot Station was opened in 1900 when the line was double tracked, although it is currently single track again between Westerton and Bearsden, and also between north of Hillfoot and Milngavie. You can't buy kids for £1 tickets at the vending machines. You have to buy them from ticket offices or on-train staff. The reason for that is that if you could buy a £1 ticket at the vending machine, people would do that simply to get through the ticket gates. The 318, that made my day. The branch line to Milngavie was built by the North British Railway in the middle of the 19th century, mainly to encourage commuting into Glasgow city centre. And Bearsden Station is unusual because normally a station is named after the village or the area. But in the case of Bearsden, the village is named after the station. The station was called Bearsden because it was originally in the middle of nowhere and there was a big house nearby called Bearsden House. So the North British Railway decided to call the station Bearsden. The village, such as it was originally called New Kilpatrick, and the church is New Kilpatrick Church. Might go up and have a look at that in a minute. As the area developed, the area became known as Bearsden. So this is an unusual situation where the area, or the village, is named after the station and not vice versa. There we are, a little known fact about Bearsden. Some trains hiss a lot before they leave. The line was originally built as single track, but it was doubled when traffic picked up and the extra platform here was added. Some of the branches single track. From Westerton to Bearsden it is in fact single track still. It's always nice when a station building is converted into something useful, like a pub. And I've just noticed that the sunshine is picking out the remains of this Strathclyde orange on the ticket office and waiting room roof. And that's the ticket office and waiting room down there. And in the distance I can now see the train to Milngavie. Sometimes you still get 318s on this line, but that's a 334. Anyway, no complaints about that. All trains are nice, yeah. And the bridge was installed when the line was electrified in 1960, built in Glasgow by McClellan's at the Clutha Works. And it's likely to survive the onslaught of accessibility bridges because the station does have ramped access on both sides, so it should survive. And this is New Kilpatrick Church in Bearsden. I had to ask about 7 people where it was before I found somebody who said, why don't you look at Google Street View, which I did.
When alighting from this train.
Well, this is Westerton, the junction for Milngavie, and I've just arrived on the train from Milngavie, and now it's going to go. Next stop, I'm not sure, Jordan Hill. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Annisland. Now you are allowed to stand under the footbridge at Westerton. Unlike at Croy, for instance. When it rains it's quite handy because, as you can see, there aren't that many sheltering spots for commuters in the rain. And the Gaelic version of the name, Ballyshore, is a literal translation of Wester Town. This is the 1221 Queen Street to Oban, Fort William and Mallaig. It seems to have a signal check. A 7-coach formation. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to sponsor me with a coffee, please see the link here to Ko-fi. And I'd like to thank all my previous donors who are shown here on this slide. Thank you very much.